This man is Peter, just because my wife, so much so that I decided to leave home. I heard about the Amazon. Amazon has many charming landscapes, so Peter, deciding to survive, 5 days to prove yourself. He sits on cheap rental boat to the location. Look at the boat below, walking into gasoline filled with worry, but also very excited. Before entering his survival life, just a few simple tools, like a fishing kit, a flint, metal vase for holding water, dirty water, cleaning solution, a homemade bow and arrow. It's just a camera and a machete. I have a lot of experience, but want to live. Living in the Amazon rainforest is one thing. It's not easy. With a here change 7 normally, it's faster than your girlfriend's face. Not only that, there are countless crocodiles here, not to mention the soft-touch killer spider is to enter the office immediately. But that's nothing compared to gasoline. He suffered a lot of damage from his wife, so I decided I'd rather die. He also wouldn't go home. Just like that, Xander, into the thick forest. Due to the hot weather, Xander took a sip out of water. Fortunately, there is a small river nearby, so I went out and got some water. He collected 10 full of a jug of water, then poured the dirty water filter solution into such a jar. There is water in reserve. If you are thirsty, you can practice at any time. Next, he goes deep into the Amazon. It's cold. Xander soon found a feng shui land. There is a river nearby, so the water has been solved. Xander decided to set up camp here. Thanks to his strength, he brandished his knife. Strong on nearby trees, make the trees roar in the deep forest. When you're working happily, just like predicting a torrential rain, but with a strong man, continue the rain beam to cut down the tree. Then continue the journey of building a shelter, because I don't want to lose a lot of energy. So one only collected 10 of these immature saplings. Under the skillful hands, A-shaped shelter frame. I didn't even forget to test its durability, but I didn't mean to. It's in a shaped tent. It's in a shaped tent. Japan needs to be reinforced. It's a simple disaster. While I was building more frames, I heard thunder from a distance. Of course, not long after, God will see you working hard. I cried a second time. Number thanks for the shirt that takes a long time to dry. To stand in the middle of the rain. To smile innocently and happily. With the weather like this, shelter is very important. Should be completed as soon as possible, as much as possible. If it doesn't rain like this, I'm afraid you will. You won't see the sun the next day. You build in the rain. The roof was quickly built. Now, just use the leaves. If you cover it up, you can cover the sun from the rain. Don't worry about getting wet. After that, the sun was shining again. Bring me a cup of coffee from home. Enjoy looking at where you are. It seems to be a bit of a shame, but no better. Number accommodation issue has been solved. There's just a lack of food now, creeping around, to see how many useful resources there are. He soon discovered that the palm tree was over 10 meters tall. Old people love, but young people don't. He went to a nearby tree and brandished a knife, body away from the root. You take the top and split it in half. Inner core can eat vegetable fiber. It also provides water for the body. After eating and drinking, no say, as you continue, body into the dense forest, where there's a treasure trove of palm leaves, waiting for ready to collect. About the whole combo of 10 fresh palm leaves. It's hard work, but for you, light as a rose, like a walk in the park. Don't let time go by in vain. I put leaves on the roof. Make yourself as a real artist. Gathered around all the palm trees growing cheat shit. It's like a forest programmed for you to build a house. Just walking and clam. I even found a pile of fallen palms rolling on the ground. I can't eat it, but it's fun to look at. Even though these palms are old. Long body like a sautéed tree. It's perfect for you to use art. Try to reclaim your legendary shelter. Just like that, you harvest 10 palm leaves, giant brush, and bring it back to the base. My shelter. You can see clearly these palm leaves are as long as a dream. The sun covered, the rain is okay. First, you put a layer of leaves. Thin foil on the surface has a background. Keep putting a layer of palm leaves on top like you're making a cake. Thousands of layers forming a monumental second layer. Plan. It only takes 15 minutes, but I don't know. Where is this great work so fascinating? Next, he shook hands and set up the bed frame, a project that requires both engineering and aesthetics. I made 2 wooden piles, and then use the horizontal floor up like a miniature stilt house. Then, always use the palm tree trunk to set up on. The standard post of the wild there's a bed as soft as a cloud. Put you back to sleep. Now the shelter is complete. Now just reinforce some places. A place for sudden rain. It doesn't matter. Next is the fire. It's an integral part of Hollywood survival. I walked around looking for dry branches, very quickly discovered a dry log, precious as gold in the moldy forest. But it just rained, so the wood had to be dried. New drying is not crying. Then I cut down another tree. This tree is as tall and as big as a lightning rod. No one else is my dear palm tree. But you only take the top. The best part to take back is food. I've seen the survival strategy. The palm team is super rich in boron hydrates. Take the energy off the table. Instead of cutting it down, I left the whole tree. Tree branches, so for preservation. When hungry, go out. And now, it's time. Real fire. Everything around is 100% wet. But luckily I found a dry branch inside. Rotting, ready to glow. He carefully cut the pieces of dry wood. It's like peeling $1 billion ginseng root. Then continue. Continue on the way to find unexpected materials. Detect a big Leo branch. It's like a natural water pipe. It's filled with fresh water. You just need to cut off 2 heads, and you can do it right away. More guilty than water bottles. And I don't hesitate to make one. A pot to drink in that it feels good to be alive. Back from the desert. And don't forget to chop a big piece to bring back to the reserve. Living like a vacation is like that. On the way back to my beloved base, I suddenly heard the sound. Thunder rumbled like a newspaper drum. A heavy rain is about to fall. It's so dark. It's so dark. It's like a horror movie. The gasoline is still running. There's no fire yet. Cold is cold and fire doesn't burn. Looks like the guy's back tonight. To curl up in a wet nest, like bread dotted with water. As a surgical student, of course, I can't breathe out the warmth. The rain suddenly fell again. As a challenge to the resilience of the survivor, the roof of the house before that also caught. Head trader. It's like an unwanted remix. Sander only. I know the inability to correct. It's like fixing your phone in a storm. I can't believe today is a blessing. 3 rains is a combo. Combo, promotion rain, no escape. To avoid turning into ice cream sticks in the middle of the forest. Survival. Fortunately, the pieces of dry wood and sawdust that you've scraped, then take the drying. It's been dry since morning, like a snack. Just swipe one with flint, and it's there. The spark of hope that burns has kindled. Is the premise of the warm evening ahead. I thought it was a successful fire. The fire only broke out once. Then turn off the plug. The countryside looks back. I found out the sawdust was still as moist as a face towel. So I shaved off the new one and moved on, grinding flint as if practicing martial arts. At night, insects are many. You're in a shelter with a contorted face. Maybe I'll stay awake tonight like a schoolboy plowing a project. I got a little bit of a break and started a fire this time. Choose the right dry palm to scrape sawdust and amaranth. The fire was burning brightly. I thought it didn't work. But oh, fire is in your heart. It makes you helpless. Take out some medical cotton as a last resort. And so the yellow flame lit up. There's a fire. The torso lay rolling out beside the fire like the warrior just escaped. Enjoy the warm feeling, like hugging the heater. Getting through tonight is like reliving one. Again, in the morning, I woke up with a sleeping zombie face. I slept for a few minutes last night, but still very pleased to have successfully ignited the fire. It was cold last night, so today, decided to reward yourself. So the first overnight challenge was successfully completed. You open the lid and you're like an office worker. Morning coffee, then run to the river to get more water. Remember the food reserves. It's the palm tree that's been growing since yesterday. I brought it out for breakfast today. Cut the heart of the tree without processing. Bussy he devoured in the shelter. It's not as good as German sausage, but when you're hungry, everything tastes good. Then he pulled out a hot cup of instant coffee. Hugging each sip while the forest wind sicks food. Not long after drinking coffee, it's surrounded by poisonous spiders right here. You don't lack the element of surprise. So I spent 5 precious minutes to clean up the surrounding vegetation. While cleaning up, you happened to pick up some wild berries that had fallen to the ground. With the experience of survival as the land, I'm sure there's a lot of protein in the grain. Without hesitation, I picked up a few with a knife and, as expected, there are fat larvae inside. Not having fun, happy, you put it in your mouth and it tastes like butter. Imagine that this is the specialty of the forest. Behind the scenes devouring raw, I decided to keep collecting more, to take worms as fishing bait. But want to say, fish need to be fished. I'm looking for a plant called jerry. has toughness properties, very easy to bend. If you want to make a stick, recognize this plant by its specific smell, almost like lemon. He plucked every leaf like a water expert. However, your hearing is not superior. I've been looking ever since, and I almost got a spider. Take it to the village. Know the danger that stalks you. Decided to change location. Fortunately, I found it this time. Found a long straight branch, the right manufacturing tool. Need to cut down trees. Brought back to camp on Fire Cho. Easy to peel off, then tie the fishing line, carry the word. There's a fishing pole made by Sanders. Do not hesitate to take. Took the wild fruit yesterday. Let's pull the fat worms apart. Then go to the river and turn on professional fishing mode, ready to hunt monsters. Seems the worms are there. It's not just for obsession. It's also a super useful bait. In just a few minutes, I caught a fish. It's not an ocean shark, but at least it is. There's something to put in your teeth. This fish must be heavy. For fun, not enough dessert. So I decided to change my strategy. Quantity of quality compensation. So keep dropping. And just like the genius script knocked on the door, there's another fish biting. And you're like a piano surfer. And a total of 11 fish. Enough to have a mini BBQ party in the forest. I think the food is pretty good. Back to camp in the mood of winning the lottery. Don't forget to gather some dry wood for the next barbecue. Hand-plucked less core. Brush to replenish fiber for stomach to help cry. I'm glad to return to my shelter. After a 2-hour nap, the mind is still dreaming about the holy chocolate bar and delicious food in a remote city. But the reality is much worse. The ground is full of insects, and the ants are as big as fingers. I wake up like run right to check the spoils. Our fish, just caught it. Of course, the ants had a great buffet. I'm tired of the fruits of my sweat and tears. Too angry, he came up with a big fish-eating plan for his own use. It's the small fish that bait the bigger fish. One phase, free body catch, perch genuine. He took out the steel coil, as fast as lightning bending into a hook, super good hook. I'm going to make 4 fish traps and set them up. With hope, we'll harvest a whole bunch of sprouted fatty fish in the morning. There's no shortage of bait, but small fish that have just been tasted by ants. It's getting dark. I realized I hadn't done anything significant all day, so hurry up and collect wood and set a fish trap. Say, dude, you're back in the woods. Collect all kinds of dry branches as fire conduction materials. This place has abundant resources, just with Tay. Look at the shelter roof. He noticed that the leaves were starting to dry, so he decided to try harder in case the sky is hard to stay in the rain. With some powerful knife blows, a 1,000-year-old palm tree must fall next. I cut down the second tree. Only the tip, because the core is edible. The leaves are used to try the roof. Go back to camp. Immediately peel off the new leaf. Anti-leakage roof system upgrade. Are working hard. I found the fire almost out. You blow to blow. Fortunately, there is still coal to help the fire burn. I even took advantage of the hanging rack. The bow in the bedroom. I realized I hadn't washed in 2 days. The body starts to smell. Go to the river immediately. Stir soaking water. Enjoy the cool feeling. It's like being resurrected. After a shower, go back to camp. It's getting dark. Hurriedly set fish traps along the river. I hope I wake up in the morning and have something special. Grilled fish specialties along the way. Come back with more wood. Today's dinner is just palm oil. Indispensable in your survival menu. I lie in my shelter by the pink fire. Try to sleep for a cold night. Morning, when I woke up, the fire was dying. I was in a hurry to blow out a birthday candle. Then run to the river. The river draws water back to camp as an endless cycle. It's been 48 hours now. Ever since you set foot in this dense Amazon forest. What you can eat is just 3 little grass hearts. Go to the river to check the fish traps. The first white hand makes you 7 hope to complete the second trap. Still nothing. You just have to put all your faith into the remaining traps. And may heaven have something unexpected happens. And the 4th trap is no different than the previous 3. Like a wallet at the end of the month. Running in a mood of 7. Gasoline muttered blame fate. I don't know why this river we're running out of resources to the point where there's a soulfish. But now, regret doesn't help. Nothing to do. I bite my teeth, determined to complete the rest of this challenge. There is no meat. I'm going to eat the palm hearts again. You eat so much that you just want to cry when you hear the word palm, bitter than the top. The fire in the camp accidentally dried out the roof. The anti-intestinal system is officially at risk, unknown. In the next few days, I will be able to do it. He went out into the dust and found the wild berries that contained them, deep fat, and then bring it. They're fishing bait. Very quickly a fish bite, but it's still a kind of The fish are here. Seem to be programmed to be uniform in size. It's as if the whole flock had gathered to choose a special size. Just for you. These fish don't eat very well. So I'm going back to my old strategy, using small fish as bait for larger fish. Back to camp, his eyes fell on the bow has not yet had a chance to go to war. So today you're holding your bow and arrow, a prehistoric warrior, quietly scouting around, with eyes as sharp as a hawk. I hope to find something with meat. But my God, it's so desolate that no one's wandering around. Don't run, don't cry. I don't feel like losing you. Back to professional careers. Take the stick out of a familiar place like a familiar person. Talk about old. In less than a few minutes, I caught a few-ounce fish. It's called less hunger. Nearby there's a fallen tree like a lucky bridge. So you're Leo in the middle of the river. Take advantage of the fish you've just caught as bait. And just like a dream come true, I need to move and see the strong fish. Pull it up. Oh my God. A fish that's 10 times bigger than the bad boys before it. The gasoline was so happy that tears fell from the corners of his mouth for laughing too much. He hurried the booty back to the organ cleaning camp, twisting the tree's branches and skewers the fish on the grill. Raw materials should be processed simply. I just took a bath in the river. Back to the fish farm, ripe yellow fragrant. The smell of land makes the stomach rumble endlessly. But life is not quiet. The fishing line over there fluttered again. You run like the name, the shot and surprise, and one more big fish. This time bigger than the first. It is a double sword. The fish version of the fish doesn't need to eat the palm anymore. Today, I'm officially eating meat. Piranha fish sharp teeth as razor dangerous. It's dangerous. Baking it up smells like fat nose. If you eat a piece, you want to forget it. The world, but you won't stop. The second fish was also processed. Barbecue scrape. Organ processing for next barbecue. Flirting like a 5-star chef while grilling. I took a dip in the river again, raw. Put more fish traps at the base of the tree nearby. Back to the fragrant, ripe fish farm. I enjoyed the best dinner. Since stepping into the forest, this is so that insects are also attracted to be uninvited guests. When I finished eating, my stomach stretched out. Fire stove, enjoy warm sleep. Woke up the next morning to find the fire almost extinguished you. Go back to the river to get boiled water and clean it first. When checking fish traps, unfortunately not this time. You harvest nothing but the weeds. Back to camp, he sipped some cool boiling water. Then think about lunch. Nothing to eat, so take the fishing line to the river and place it. Go back to the forest and look for Jerry, the kind of tree you only need to inhale to recognize because the smell experience is too thick. This time, instead, because of the fishing rod, he decided to trap the exo furnace, scraping bark as rope. The trap is to climb. Bring the trap to the river. I happened to catch a stray crab. There's something new, while waiting for the trap to work. Go back to camp and wake up. Get up and check if the bait is gone. Half lost without seeing the fish, it was stolen, and set the trap again. And then cut down to palm trees and chewed the core to help relieve hunger. Eat to the point of belonging. I just want to feel faint. But you have to eat because you never know. After eating you again, go fishing in the river and hope for luck. But it seems that today, I'm lucky to be on vacation. They keep changing places without seeing it. Come out after the whole party. Like a string dancer who still catches nothing, but the sky also fell dark. I just want to go back and run. With a belly that's fighting, undeterred gasoline. I came up with the idea of building a tie the rope to the arrow to shoot the fish without fear of losing an arrow. But the insects are partying today. In the fly trap, they're flying around in their faces, even in your mouth. It was like drinking the wrong fish sauce. My stomach is calling me in spite of. River fishing night like ninja ball. In the blink of an eye, he hit a fish. It's as small as a toothpick, but at least there's a chicken. Nearby, cut, one more crab is a meal. Light, support, heart, but gasoline is the kind of person who pursues. The top never approve of mosquito fly glass targets, so you take the little fish. You're a big fish bait. Continue meal promotion plan, waiting for the big fish to catch. I soaked in the river 8 feet and hooked the fish on the hook like The entertainer next to him is a spider. The general is just waiting. You can go for a second without leaving. Waiting anxiously for him to return to camp, and suddenly, I miss my wife and hope to come home later. Your wife will complain less, and your life will suffer less. Later, check out the fish trap. I can pull up a big one. I had to rub my eyes a few times because I thought I was dreaming. My luck this time was too good, like winning a lottery in the middle of a forest. But underground is still a danger, endlessly infested with poisonous insects, and you're barefoot like an ascetic. Every step is a bet. Though I still carried the fish back to the camp and set up a barbecue stand. Familiar grill, bone removal, just the meat skewers. Put it on the stove a few minutes later. The smell of grilled fish comes up, land all over camp like happy smell. I took a bite. Fish in the mouth, they are so good, they want to sign a contract. Live your whole life in the forest if you eat. I have to say this every day. This fish meal is better than some fancy restaurants. Outside the street, no inn. He lay by the fire and slept until the morning. And then the day comes. I ate the leftover fish. Did you clean up last night? Forgot to put out the fire and dismantle. The shelter I used to call the mansion. The villa leaves as the boat glides to the horizon. I know that the ordeal is over. And gasoline warrior survival. Officially back in the light. And the smell of grilled fish still lingers on my shirt.